Food Drink Cinema! Cheers.
We have one more thing of getting to know you. Where's my other
Getting
sheet?
to know us.
Oh, yeah.
Not
we talked
so
about
good
this
movies.
at the end of the last episode.
So last episode we said we've talked about movies we like. We did our top 5.
Yes.
And
Talked about famous actresses and actors, and this is Michael Keaton's Batman logo.
Do they all have different Batman logos?
Yeah. I'll tweet the picture. I'll put the picture out on
Does the
Facebook.
logo for Batman and Robin have nipples?
It's very similar to this one.
Okay.
I'm going to find it, obviously, when we're not recording. And I'll put that out on our Facebook. Because The Dark Knight has a different logo. This is similar to the...
TV?
The Adam West one.
Yeah.
But it's Tim Burton's one for Michael Keaton. Yep.
It's probably the least creepiest movie Tim Burton's ever made. Actually,
Batman
and it's pretty
Returns
creepy.
is creepier. In the sewers. With the start, when the little pram thing goes down the sewers where the penguin ends up.
That.
That's weird.
Anyway.
But the flying at the start, or the driving at the start of the 1989 Batman Michael Keaton, Tim Burton is very good.
But it's also very Tim Burton. It's similar to the start of Sweeney Todd, where it's through the streets of London.
Yep, and it's similar to the flying at the start of Back to the Future.
That's how you drive a car.
That's how you drive the Batmobile. If you've watched any Batman movie, they just drive that with the fire out the back.
Yes.
Batman!
And then drive into a cave that nobody ever drives down. That's it more in the TV series, isn't it?
There's a cave in the other one, and there is a cave at the bottom. There's a cave in all of them.
Yep.
But it's much better hidden in the Dark Knight because there's a waterfall, and no one walks behind a waterfall.
No, why would you do that?
No.
It's all picturesque and lovely.
What's a movie that everybody loves, but you can't get behind?
Me?
Yeah, because I haven't thought of one yet.
Okay. I've watched this movie
Planning.
a couple of times, right?
Mm.
And, everybody's, it's so good, and how good is it, and blah, 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 and it's great. What a great movie. Bleh. It's boring. The Breakfast Club.
Not a lot happens.
Nothing happens. It's boring.
But I do think it's a little rose-coloured glasses remembering.
Like the people that are our parents' age now
Yes.
watched it when it came out and they were like, how good is Molly Ringwald?
No, I think it's the
Nobody
next generation.
says that now.
I think it's the people between our age and our parents' age.
Oh, the Gen
X? Xers.
Yeah, Gen
Yeah.
Xers.
Who remember being in detention in the 80s.
Right.
And Molly Ringwald and
Judd Nelson.
and Emilio Estevez. I
It's
watched
just
The Young Guns for the
not a good
first time
movie. Oh,
the other
really?
day. Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch that.
And it was
then.
really Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen are brothers, but
That's
hate
correct.
each other in the movie.
I think, do they hate each other in real life?
No. They just...
They just have different
Emilio
names.
Estevez decided he didn't want to be Martin Sheen's son professionally,
Yes.
but then looks exactly like him now.
Yeah, so it's a bit awkward.
So bad luck.
Yeah, so it's not it's I get the premise of the movie and what it's all about, and they're all different
teen
people that
angst and
normally wouldn't talk to each other at school.
everybody has teen angst, whether or not you're the jock or the nerd or whatever.
And you're just pretending to be someone who lights fires or whoever Judd Nelson is.
Everyone's pretending to be someone as a teenager.
Yeah. And those people in that movie were pretending to be teenagers because they were probably about 30 when the movie got made.
They were closer than John Travolta and Luke Perry were to
That's
teenagers in Grease in 90210.
That's true.
But
yeah, so people are always like, I love a movie, it's my favorite. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, good on ya if you like that and you love it, but I find it boring.
I don't think I have a movie like that because what I generally do, the one I would think of first is The Hangover. But I can't do that because I haven't seen The Hangover.
Okay.
And the reason is...
That makes no sense.
No, I have this thing, right? It's the same reason I haven't watched Game of Thrones. Is
gosh.
if everybody tells me I have to watch it, then I will not watch it.
Okay.
So Oh,
I get that.
you have to watch Game of Thrones. You have to watch The Hangover. The Hangover is the best movie ever. Oh, you have to watch The Hangover. Oh, Game of Thrones. Oh, Game of Thrones. I'm not going to watch it.
That's also a reason
little
why
silent
I haven't
protest.
watched a lot of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because everybody watches them. Oh, it's so good. They're all the same movie. Like, it's not... They're like,
They're all the
ha.
same movie, but some is a god, some is a techno person,
Yeah.
some is a Captain America,
Some
is a Spider-Man.
Scarlett Johansson just kicks people.
Yep. She's good, though.
Yeah.
She's probably my favourite Avenger.
Really?
Yeah. The way her style of fighting is much realer than... She doesn't have superpowers.
No, that's what
She's
I'm saying.
just a very good fighter.
Okay.
And her movie's coming up soon.
Yes.
Her origin story, where she's playing a younger self.
As her current aged self.
Yeah, she's, I don't know, doing a Benjamin Button and has been de-aged.
Right. She hasn't aged. She ages very, very well in real life.
Oh,
so.
she's still stunning. And so I don't have one of those.
Oh.
Because I think a movie that once everybody says they love it, if I don't initially feel, yes, I'm into
oversold.
it,
Yeah.
I won't go.
Is there a movie? Have you ever been to the movies and walked out of a cinema?
No.
Right.
Have you?
Yes.
What?
Once.
I
It
came
was
close once.
a movie called something.
Good.
And it was terrible. It had like Reese. It was like Reese Witherspoon,
Four
and
Holidays.
Paul Rudd,
No, that's...
and Owen Wilson in this like
going to Google it.
love triangle-y thing, but then also Jack Nicholson was there for some reason.
Overnight Delivery,
No.
1998.
No, it was like, I want to say like 2010-ish.
Reese Witherspoon, Paul Rudd, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Oh, and it was so bad.
How
That's
do
it.
you know?
That's it.
Owen Wilson. Oh, yeah. It looks... Yeah. Okay. Softball player Lisa Jorgensen begins dating Maddie Reynolds, a pitcher for the Washington Nationals. Is Paul Rudd meant to be... No, that's... Owen Wilson is the pitcher.
No, it's Jack Nicholson. That's what makes it really weird. No, I'm joking.
She also receives an intriguing phone call from a young executive, George Madison. That's Paul Rudd.
That's Paul Rudd.
Who has...
In the poster, he's on the phone.
Yeah,
that's
he's on
how
the
you
phone.
know.
That's how he's an important man. Who was advised by a friend of Lisa's to give her a call. George calls out of politeness because he wants to explain that his relationship with his girlfriend has just become more serious. But life takes an abrupt turn for the worse for George when he suddenly finds himself the target of a federal criminal investigation for corporate... Any movie about corporate malfeasance is a comedy, like straight away.
Well, that was
it's a great comedy.
We watched it. I went with a friend, and it was at the time I was working at the cinemas, and we were in the cinema, and I was like, "What is going on?" Had no idea what any relevance to the connection to all the people were, and it's just a pity that it's James L. Brooks.
Yeah, because James,
He's made
like as
some
good as it
very
gets,
good
Terms of
movies.
Endearment, Taxi, a lot of good things.
Yeah, so
And it's a good cast.
yeah,
Like,
that's what you look at it and go, "That's good."
Jack Nicholson, obviously an outstanding actor. Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd and Owen Wilson are Owen Wilson. But that's a good cast.
Yeah.
Those people can act.
So then it was like I think we got about an hour in, and because watching it, we were about half an hour in. Said to my friend, I said, "Hey, I know the schedule for the movies, and Tangled is next door in about half an hour. Do you want to give it half an hour and then see what happens?" Yeah, fine, great. We got to half an hour. Go. What do you reckon? She goes, "Let's go watch Tangled." So we're gonna watch Tangled, and it's a much better movie.
I don't think I've been to a movie that I thought was terrible. I almost walked out of The Ring.
Oh, really?
Because that first bit was so suspenseful. I almost
The
couldn't
Ring.
handle it.
The Ring's
Cindy
the one with
Cindy the TV's leaking.
in 7 days. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Watch me in 7 days. Yeah.
You watch the video and in 7 days you die.
I watched
And
that.
the girl with the hair comes out
I
of the
watched
TV.
that somewhat recently. I don't remember the start.
It's suspense. Like it's just
Yeah.
I think I was probably 18, 17 when I
Yeah.
watched it. And I almost couldn't handle the suspense. I almost left the cinema.
Like when we went and watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre with a couple of friends, and there was one girl that was really scared that she couldn't sit in the edge of the group.
Yeah. No, but then also she said, because I'd seen it already, And I said, do you want me to let you know when that scary bits are going to come? The jumpy bits are going to come. And so the bit of suspense starts. And if you've ever seen a horror movie in your life, you know when
It's pretty
suspense
obvious.
bit's coming.
Yeah.
And I went to tap her on the shoulder to say a bit's coming. And she shit herself because she thought the Texas Chainsaw person was in the Werribee 10 cinemas.
Yeah. Yes.
To take her out. But I do like a good horror movie.
Yes.
But it has to have some suspense.
I like a horror movie, but horror movies don't scare me.
I like being
the suspense and the build up and making it more of a thriller thing is good, but I'm not sitting there and I'm not like, ugh. Like I don't. That was really bad fake scream. Michael Myers. Whoops. Yeah.
6 degrees of separation.
Three letters.
I watched one that's on Netflix called Open House.
Okay.
And I watched it by myself, and my husband was not home that night, staying somewhere else.
Okay.
So it's about...
So you're in a house by yourself?
It's about a house sitter, a mum and a son, and the mum's divorced, because mums get divorced in movies, and take the son somewhere the son doesn't want to go.
Like Naomi Watts in The Ring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a movie trope. The mum gets divorced and takes the kid somewhere they don't want to go.
Yes.
And where they don't want to go is to the auntie's house, but she's trying to sell the house.
Yes.
So they can live there for as long as she wants, but every Saturday they have to go out because it's an open house. Name of the movie.
Yes.
And then across the course of the movie, the kid hears things and thinks that someone has stayed behind after the open house to murder them.
Okay. And then the kid goes for electroshock therapy.
I'm not describing it very well. It's much better. The suspense is very good. And then I went home to a dark house by myself.
Okay.
So that scared me a bit. But the suspense in horror movies more than gore for me.
Yeah.
Has there been a scene in a movie that you can't watch in a horror
thriller
movie?
Horror thriller
like
movie.
In
no. I don't know
Saw
that I can think
2?
I don't think I've seen Saw 2.
So Saw 2, so you know the premise of Saw?
I know Saw, yeah.
Is Jigsaw is punishing
you wanna
these
play
people
a
that have
game,
done bad
creepy
things.
clown on it,
Yeah.
yep.
So Jigsaw is this guy who's punishing people that have done bad things. And so in the first one, it's just the two guys in the abandoned bathroom.
Yep.
And Robin Hood, Men in Tights, cuts his foot off.
Yes, yes.
Spoiler alert.
I should watch that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In the next one, Robin Hood? Men in Tights.
Men in Tights, yeah.
In Saw 2, he kidnaps all of these people and puts them in one big empty house.
Yeah.
And each of them have a room relevant to their bad thing.
Okay.
So like the guy that's a heroin addict
He's full
wakes
of heroin.
up in a hole full of needles. And some of the needles are bad things. One of the needles is the key
That's
to
a bit
release him.
preachy from Saw.
Saw is preachy.
Yeah, it's true.
Because Robin Hood Men in Tights was a bad doctor.
Yes, that's right. Sorry. Yep.
And
Spoiler alert.
Lee Winnell was the creepy photographer.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So the one in Saw 2...
And Danny Glover was there?
This is getting a bit heavy. Danny Glover's the policeman.
Yeah.
The one in Saw 2 that I can't watch is the person... There's a little box and the key is in the box on a little stand. The person has to reach their hands up into the box and grab the key. But when they go up into the box, the things they put their hand up through is glass, and they let their hands up, but as they come down, the glass doesn't go back down and shreds their arm. I think he's punishing them for self-harming.
Okay. Well, that's not very... Okay.
Well, yeah. It was a different time. And I can't watch that scene.
I don't think there's been a scene where... Because gore doesn't get me, but like the trying on dresses scene in Bridesmaids, where all the pooing and shitting everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's a bit like...
I haven't seen Bridesmaids either.
Or in one of the Jackass movies where they put him in a portaloo that's filled with shit, and then it's attached to bungee cords, and it just bounces up and down. So he's in there and all the shit just bouncing around in there too. That's where you're in a movie and I think that might have been Jackass 3D. So it was just like,
And so the bungee's coming out at you
coming
as well.
at me, right at me. So yeah, I don't gore blood doesn't get me. I don't know.
I think the arms coming down is that there's no way of. That's just as it is.
You know what?
And you know
weird?
it's going to get worse.
You know Black Swan, where she has the bits on the end of her nails. And she's like peeling that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, don't do it because I know how much that is painful. You know when you have the little things on the edge of your...
Yeah. They have a name, skin taggy things.
Yeah, and she tries to pick at it, and then she picks at it, and then she's got
a feather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. She becomes a swan.
She goes crazy, wins an Oscar. Done.
Easy. So that segment was what movie don't you get that everyone loves? Thank you again for listening and consuming. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at 2 Drink Cinema. Get in touch with us if there's anything that you would like us to watch. Let us know what film scenes you can't watch. There's going to be burps in these episodes.
Well, if you only have
We're
2
drinking.
drinks, alcoholic.
I
need popcorn.
We'll have popcorn for future episodes. Thank you, Jabba the Hutt.
No worries.